Hello, and welcome to the Theology Gaming YouTube channel. My name is Zachary Oliver, the owner and proprietor of the Theology Gaming blog, and the host of the podcast. As you can see, this bookshelf is missing some guides, if you watched the last video. Well, where are these guides? Right here. And I want to highlight these ones because I think these are really worth looking at. Future Press makes some fantastic guides. And mostly they make it only for games that require some sort of skill-based component or objective. I mean, they did make one for Deus Ex 3, and that one was really good too, but you know what? I really like Future Press guides. They're well-made, thick paper stock, and they're also massive. And there's almost no aspect of the game that is uncovered. I mean, we're talking like 50 pages to discuss menu controls, subtle nuances of things. It's almost amazing the amount of detail that are in these guides. Even individual enemy types, most effective ways to kill enemies, that sort of thing. So if you're playing Vanquish, this is definitely not a bad thing to pick up. It even has an interview with Shinji Mikami at the end. It even has the maps. The whole guide is basically dedicated to beating God Hard mode, which is the highest difficulty level. Which I will tell you, in all honesty, I have not even tried yet because I am afraid. But if you want to find absolutely everything in the game, this Future Press guide will get you through it. Now, in addition to that, we have the Dark Souls guide. I did pick up Dark Souls for the PC, so I question the accuracy of this guide after patches and DLC and stuff, because there's definitely some overpowered mechanics in the original version of Dark Souls that people have used, but as far as quality goes, this is a quality guide. As you can see, it's got all of this stuff. Same as the other guide, except focused on Dark Souls. Maps, exhaustively laid out. This one does not have an interview on the back, unfortunately, but it does have all the maps. And that's pretty cool. And I got it for $10. I figure it's about that cheap now, too. So, if you want something really nice to add to that shelf, that really understated black. And it's hardcover, too. Ooh, shiny. Should add this. Now, this Soul Calibur guide, definitely outdated. But, you know what? Oh my god. This thing is massive. And if you thought Future Press couldn't cover fighting game guides, think again. This guide is also amazing. I mean, it does teach you everything, every combo, every single thing you could possibly do. I'm sure it doesn't cover what tournament players have discovered in the years since it came out. Well, the 1 year. It came out in January 2012? So it's about a year and a half. A little bit more than that. But this guide is really good. It has full move lists, it has combos, it tells you about their optimal ranges and what you should do with the character, and most of the information in general is pretty accurate. Except, what I would guess is for the frame data, but frame data changes all the time now that we have online patching of fighting games and that sort of thing. But if you just want to know how to play the game, and you want to know how to unlock everything, and all that sort of thing, then this is your guide. It's really hard to describe in a video, but yeah. Also, this guide is massive. My god. I mean, look, it's just like text. How many players' guides are just reams of text? Usually they're not. Usually it's like, oh, here's a pretty picture of that sort of thing. These pictures just exist for the vehicle of showing you how to do something. Rarity in the guide world. As you can see, there's a lot of Platinum games involved in this. Okay, so this is the Mad World guide, but you didn't even know there was one. Well, this one was only released in the UK, so you'd be not uninformed. Now, this is not a game that people thought had any depth to it, and, well, it does. And it's mostly in terms of scoring and figuring out how to get the best score. Unfortunately, the doesn't really have any leaderboards, so why would you play it for score? Well, for your own satisfaction. And there's a lot of horrible language, as in fitting with the game. See, those little dialogue boxes? Oh, well, I'm not going to show you. Cover your eyes. Anyway. But this has a lot of stuff in it. And it's a neat little guide. Oh, well, that was not really nice for children. But you know what? The official ultra-violence game guide. Okay, accurate enough. But yeah, it's a neat little guide. Then we have this Devil May Cry 4 guide. I didn't even know this existed either. This is almost a European-only release. I was able to get it for $10 or so. It's about the same as the other guides. Just as good at detailing combos and all that sort of thing, and figuring out how to get everything in every playthrough, and playing at your optimal. And I saved the best for last, this giant Bayonetta guide. I'm pretty sure this is incredibly rare, and I think this is the best guide they produced. Mostly because it contains a 35-page interview/art book at the back end of this thing. And, if you look at it, it has a little holographic foil in the back. Focus, camera, focus! Well, it can't, but it says bring it. And it has Bayonetta pose. And there's a little bookmark in it. Let me get that thing out. Which, if you'll notice, contains the exact same hairband that she herself has on. Which is really neat. And in the same way, it's a giant, exhaustive guide about how to pure platinum everything. It's even got this little cue card, so you can figure out all the achievements, trophies, and you have the symbols for every map. As a reference guide, you know, most guides would have, like, a key, and they make you flip through the guide to figure it out. Well, Future Press says, no way. And, if you want, these guides also have official links to videos that demonstrate the tactics that are put in here. So, you basically have the exclusive way to figure out how to do everything perfectly. Because obviously these people have perfect platinumed everything. Pure platinum is what I meant to say. But, seriously, this is like the best guide. Hey, you look. Interview. Yay. So yeah, it's really interesting. I'm sure this guide is rare now. That's what I heard. I heard it's like going for over $150. I wouldn't necessarily say that's worth it, but if you really like Bayonetta, then it may be worth your while to pick up this guide. And Bayonetta 2 is coming out soon, so you may want to hold off on that, or just play through the original game again. Okay, so that is the guide collection. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to answer anything you say. Unless it's dumb. Or it's mean. And then I might ignore you. But it won't really matter. Anyway, thanks for watching.